Okay. Respected Honorable Chairman RGI Sri Sunilji Raisoni sir, Honorable Executive Director RGI Sri Pritamji Raisoni sir, Honorable Chief Guest of today's session, Honorable Dr Rajkumar Singh Gautam, that is Professor and Head Department of Commerce, School of Management Sciences, Varanasi, and Associate Dean Innovation and Incubation, AKTU Lucknow, Honorable Director Dr Preeti Agrawal Madam, Deputy Director and IIC President Dr Pranav sir, HoD Civil Dr Shantanu Pawar sir, Coordinator of Program Mr Shubham Ghosh sir and Mr Saurabh Naik sir, all Deans, Head of the Department, faculty members and all students. Ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. On behalf of Institutions Innovation Council of GH Raisoni Institute of Engineering and Business Management, Jalgaon, I welcome you all to attend session on Lean Startup and Minimum Viable Product for Business by Honorable Professor Dr Rajkumar Singh Gautam sir. Sir is Professor and Head Department of Commerce, School of Management Sciences, Varanasi, and Associate Dean Innovation and Incubation, AKTU Lucknow. Both students will enjoy the session, and the last we will take feedback session for record. So now I request Dr. Pranav sir, IIC President, to address the session, sir.
Sir, on behalf of the Institute of Engineering and Business Management, Jalgaon, I welcome Dr. Rajkumar Singh Gautam, sir, and this is second time we are meeting virtually, sir, but definitely we would be very happy to meet you in person and on our campus. So we are very fortunate to have your time to guide our students as well as all the faculty members who are present over here. I hope this session will definitely be an interactive session as it is on a very emerging area and a very burning topic. That is how students can think about these startups and how faculties can be a part of such a startup activity. So I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Institute. And without wasting any time, we should adhere to our eminent speaker. So over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, sir. So now I request Mr. Shubham Ghosh sir, coordinator of the program, to introduce the speaker. Ghosh sir.
Hello sir, good morning. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible, sir?
Okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You are well audible, sir. Please proceed. Good morning, Honorable Chairman, sir, Director, ma'am, Principal, sir, Honorable Speaker, Dean R&D, and all my dear colleagues and students. I, Mr. Shubham Ghosh, Faculty Department of Civil Engineering, welcome all of you to this wonderful session. Before starting the session, I would like to introduce our Honorable Speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Singh, Professor, Dean R&D, HoD, Department of Commerce at School of Management and Science, Varanasi. He has done his PhD and MBA from Institute of Management Studies, BHU, having teaching and research experience more than 12 years and 20 years of industrial experience as well. His area of interest is entrepreneurship development, startup incubation, design thinking, innovation management, and many more. He has more than 18 journal publications, 12 conferences, and organized 3 conferences and seminars, 2 books and 7 book chapters. He is a member of various renowned organizations and has been awarded, recognized by various auspicious awards. I once again welcome you, sir, on behalf of Civil Engineering Department and GH Raisoni Institute of Engineering and Business Management, Jalgaon. Please, sir, enlighten us with your knowledge. We may start the session now. Sir, can we start the session now?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Sir, 1 minute, I just call him.
Okay, okay.
सर सेशन सर शुरू कर दीजिए सर। नहीं सर, आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही सर, आपका स्पीकर ऑफ है सर। इसमें ये जो स्पीकिंग का जो रहता है ना, तो ऑफ। हेलो
Hello. Hello.
हाँ यस सर, नाउ इट इज ऑडिबल सर।
Okay.
यस
So hope I am audible to everyone. Okay.
यस
Should I start, sir?
यस सर, प्लीज सर।
Okay. Okay. So thank you very much, Sir Gautam sir, for inviting me over here. The entire management of Raisoni Institute of Engineering and Business Management, Jalgaon, Professor Preeti Agrawal ma'am, Director of the institution, Dr Pranav Charkha sir, President IAC, HoD of Civil Engineering Department, entire organizing team of IAC, respected faculty members and my dear friends. It's a great honor for me to come in your institute for the second time, and this time I have been given the topic Lean Startup and Minimal Viable Product and Business. So before going to this deliberation, let me start. Some issues coming over the video. Okay. So first we should understand that why India needs startup. Then we'll come to the main part. As you all know, India, which is having an exponential growth in terms of economic dimension as well as population. And we are having now more and more jobs, less and less job providers. Although we call it a population, because 60% of the population is a youth population. Right. But whether they are properly employable or not, whether they can be given a job or not, what is the in their very determination. Very short or not done, this population dividend will become the population disaster for the country. What we have seen that our economic growth is being there, but it is being restricted to certain pocket of the country or in certain areas. You all belongs to Jalgaon. I live in Varanasi. They are the small cities. They are having the micro and small enterprises, but not big industries. So there is no balanced regional development. And that's why what is happening, our youths are going to the big cities, like Bangalore, like Hyderabad, like Jalgaon, Pune, where 70 to 80% population lives in the villages or small towns. So startup is important because they have to create employment. They have to generate the wealth and they have to distribute the wealth. They have to export. Good thing, you will be happy to know that 50% of our export is being done by small and medium enterprises, which is very important from the point of view of the balance of payment. And this also helps in the secondary entrepreneurship growth. This also helps in the entrepreneurship development. This gives a this gives a platform to the innovation, to the new product development, to the service development, to the human resource development, to the natural resource development, for the value creation, for the foreign exchange generation, technological development. And this is also important from the point of view of the nation integrity. And we move from one place to another place, they come to know about others. There will not be any social conflict because in any city, all of a sudden, the burden of the population will increase. There is an obvious chance of the social conflict. And this is a natural phenomenon. It's a natural sociological phenomenon. You should not ignore this phenomenon. So, I would like to give you one figure, and you will be surprised to know about that. That although so many things are being done for promotion of the startups in the country, by the government also, by the institutions also, but in spite of this, about 90% of startups get failed within 5 years. And when it comes to 10 years, the success rate is hardly 1%. India, 70% businesses are being owned by the family business houses. Here also, the 70% business gets failed when it goes to the second generation. And when it comes to third generation, only 10% business survives. What is the reason? The reason is lack of innovation, whether it's a product innovation, whether it's a service innovation. We must remember one thing. As a consumer also, we don't just buy a product or service, we actually buy a solution. So my dear friends, when you wish to become a startup, you have to provide solutions. See, whatever the successful business models are there, they all are provided with a solution. I will give you a few examples at all. People are having some money, they have some idea, they think it's an innovative idea, they just go ahead. They don't do the feasibility analysis. The financial dimension is very poor. Because when you scale up the size of your business, the real issue arises. Having more cash outflow and less cash inflow. So your market outstanding of the payment don't update timely. So these are few of the things which can study. For any start, you should be very clear that what exactly your idea is. If your idea of business is not going to solve the problem of an individual, society, environment, industry, or something. So don't just go with any idea. Try to develop the right idea with this business. Normally, when we define the startups in a certified terms, the startups are normally the young companies founded by one or more entrepreneurs to develop an innovative product or service. Innovation is the first criteria for it. And bring it to the market to solve the problem, to solve the problem of the customer, the society, the industry, the environment. It is especially useful. Now the startup is a buzzword because government is creating an ecosystem based upon the triple helix model. What is this triple helix model? Industry, academia, and work. University, they all were working on a different island, but they were not having the interconnectivity. But now, by the creation of the like product, the academia can come, government is providing support, funding also, and you can invite the people from the industry also to share their experience and knowledge. So by its nature, the typical startup tends to get a new venture. Many times, initial funding comes from the founder. We call a bootstrap or crowdfunding. In crowdfunding, you take money from your family, your friends, and your relatives. So what is this lean startup? Startup, we understand. What is the meaning of lean? This concept has evolved last 20 years, 25 years. When the big organization, they realize that they should promote the entrepreneurs, they should call entrepreneurs, to develop a different venture within the organization. This method used to own new company or introduce a new product on behalf of their existing company. And they search for the people with the organization who are having an entrepreneurship mindset. They don't have to involve their money, but if their idea is there, will is there, they can promote the company within the company or product of the company in itself. So this is startup. This method advocates the developing that product because consumer have already demonstrated the desire to that a market will already exist as the product is not. So you just print out the need and talk to the customer and then you launch that product. And the company with their own entrepreneurs. So basically, the really startup is the focus of company based upon the express desire of the market. What market is demanding? There are two ways. You make a product for the market, or second, you serve the market, find out the need and want of the customer, and then you make the product. So basically, what happens? These many startup users is a validated learning. What is this? This is a process by which companies assess consumer interest. They validate the consumer income. So who uses these startup? May entrepreneur, owners of organized using startup method. The best example is of the G. What we're talking about the G. They created a great product within their organization with the entrepreneurs. They supported, they funded. They took their ideas that what should be the thing. And on the basis of these business startups, what they have to do, what they have to produce, they have to produce a minimum viable product. Minimum viable product. So, what is minimum viable product? The best example we know, I will give you 3 examples. Amazon, Facebook, and Facebook. These are the examples. Which is a live example of minimum viable. So, minimum viable product, basically, these products are those products with enough features to attract the early adopters. All sudden you have seen so Instagram, purchase the product from the digital market also. But you don't have much choice. You go to Flipkart, go to Meta, you will have some choice. Convenience is there. There is already there is the product to labor cost. Since there is no mediator, so obviously the cost is reduced. And second, we never calculate the shopping cost. To go back, the fuel will be, used very costly nowadays, The capital will be wasted. So you just save all this. So what happens? These minimum module products can have the productivity users feedback as quickly as possible to iterate and improve the product. Every time the things are being improvised. I remember in 2010 I joined Facebook. I started to run my account on Facebook. At that time, they were understood the consumer mindset. People almost face the problem of traffic problem. They will show that how is it possible that different development can happen now. But they do not. Why this campaign was started? You know that story. The story is their main competition was with the Pizza Hut. If you have gone to Pizza Hut, you have observed that Pizza Hut is having a well-formatted restaurant format. You have the restaurant format. Go for a pizza, but just like complete restaurant is an accident and the economy. Having a restaurant is a very costly thing. On the other hand, if you go to any Domino pizza center, it's rather small comparatively. Because they realize that instead of spending money on the space, they should service with the product. Within half an hour, if the product is being delivered at the doorstep, you can enjoy your party. You don't have to wait in a restaurant. You have to not pay extra for the ambience of the restaurant because people have extra cost than the similar. So you have to understand. Now you are seeing on the same model the Zomato kind of South Indian concept system, where service becomes prominent and some people are not fond of the ambience of the restaurant or have a waiting for 1 hour, 2 hours like that. They just concentrate on the quality of the food. So, in minimum level, the classic products which nobody wants to purchase and viability means products are being developed in such a manner that people opt for this to include the service factors. Here I would like to say the thing. The innovation we basically focus on the product part. We should focus more on the service part. Because products can be easily copied. But copying a service is very difficult because it's difficult. And that's what the Domino Pizza has success. The Domino Pizza operations you see, they train the people, the delivery boys, to move in the streets of the city where you will have a less traffic jam. Because if you get stuck in the traffic jam, you cannot develop. Yes, two things are important. And deliver more and rival also. What is the wrong way? What is the wrong way? The wrong way is that you either focus on the brilliant design or the usability or the function. Just you focus on one thing. But if your product is really a minimum viable product, they have to give equal consideration to all of these. What is this design part? What is this design? Very good. It's high. It is not what. Visible. Whatever you are saying, I should be a reliable and a function. So you have to keep some of the part. It does not basically just focus on the possibility part and leave the library with your study. So totality is important. People want to see the production quality. That's why if your internal quality of product is good, your packaging should be also acceptable. Your product delivery mechanism should also be good. Your entire service delivery mechanism should also be good. Because see, people want complete home. It's not that you just have a flat but window is not there. Floor is not properly maintained. You want to enter a flat, it should be completely fully furnished. So, how do you plan for a minimum viable product? First, you should identify and understand the business need. Very important. Determine the long-term goal and write it down. Do everything in writing. When you write the thing, it develops your thought process. Although it looks to the people very conventional or outdated, especially I am addressing to my friends. Please try to write down with the paper and pen. Everything on the keyboard you can do, but your thought process will be different. Because when you write and then you just cut it down, then you write another word, your thought process changes. So ask questions from yourself. This is important. Why are you doing this project? As a customer. And what is the opportunity? So my advice to is that put out all around the social media. Must be on the social media. I'm also on the social media. But we should also be the society. Social media is not society. Social media is a collection of people. You just see their thought process, their ideas, their achievements, that's all. But be grounded. Live in the society. We stop talking with each other. We stop understanding the problems of each other. Because business idea comes from there. So try to understand the user's journey. What kind of problems they are facing. When Flipkart, you must be knowing, I always used to say to all my startup students, I give 4 mantras. You can also note it down. It is useful for you also. For startup, aspiring startup. Think big. Start small. Grow gradually and grow globally. Think big. Your vision should be big. But start small. You should grow gradually to minimize your risk. And grow globally because in the world is the market now. Take the case of Flipkart, take the case of Armenian. They started by selling online books. Flipkart, I know they started with a 4 lakh only. Now you can understand their size, market size. So think big, but start small. Slow gradually. Because this is a time of VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complexity, ambiguity. VUCA. So don't expect abruptly in a haphazard way. The failure rate which I quoted in the beginning, the honor can be. Please don't do it. And global. Entire globe is now one mark. I'm sitting in Varanasi here. You are there in Jalgaon or maybe some other part of the country, and we are interacting with you. So nowadays, physical presence is not important. Everything is online. So try to understand the user journey. They understood the user journey. That okay, people don't want to go in the traffic jam and because city, suppose in the Jalgaon or in the Varanasi, how many shops are there? Whether we can get the latest product, for that we used to say that okay, we have to go to Bombay, or at the time Bombay was there, now it's Mumbai, or we have to go to Kolkata or Delhi. Or somebody says that oh, I took it from the Dubai or Singapore. No, the world is very small. Everything is available online. So they have understood the user journey. McDonald has understood the user journey. Domino's Pizza has understood the user journey. So you have to identify the user. Who is your user? The lean startup model will develop that part. You develop the minimum viable product on that part. And then decide what features to put. I give an example of Domino. They are not just concentrated on the quality of the feature, they concentrate on the service delivery mechanism. But okay, it should be delivered within 30 minutes. So whenever any idea comes in your mind, ask 3 questions from this. First question, whether you are dealing with the problem of the customer or not. What's the problem? As I told you in the beginning, we don't just buy a product or service, we actually buy solution. So solution of what? Solution of certain problem. I've given you this example. Price, convenience, cost. These are actually the problems of the customer. That's why now everybody is moving towards the online mode. Second, whether the solution provided by you is going to solve that problem. So identification of problem is one thing, and solution provided by you is another. Like you go to any doctor, for God's sake, not have that kind of thing, right? But if you go, doctor asks you first question, what problem you are facing? I'm having a pain in my stomach. Okay. So what happens? They give you certain medicine. Sometimes they give you certain test also that okay, you take this test. So that they can provide you supplement solution. So identification of problem and whether whatever your idea is giving you solution. PC problem was the identification of the problem and solution provided by them was this kind of e-commerce model. Third question you should ask, whether your customer is ready to pay for your solution or not. You have to take care of the pocket of the customer also. Every customer is having a different pocket size, I'm a teacher. You tell me, sir, why don't you purchase or buy a Mercedes? Well, I cannot do. Don't have that much of salary. But if you tell this to Ambani, they will say, what is this? I can purchase too many Mercedes. Because their pocket size is bigger than me. So you have to understand the pocket size. Means how much money that customer can pay for your product also. This depends upon the kind of solution. And fourth, this is very important. Not only you have to satisfy your product or your customer, You have to gain the loyalty of your customer also by delighting them so that they can recommend your product to their friends also, their relatives also, their family members also. It will save your advertising cost. Best brand ambassador is your loyalty. Now, the customer relationship management, people are working on the delightment part. If you are expecting something, it is not being delivered, you are dissatisfied. If you are expecting something, it is being delivered, you are satisfied. If you are expecting something and you are being delivered more than your expectation, then you will be delighted. So delighted customer is the most loyal customer and they are the best brand ambassador without investing a single rupee. People won't believe Dhoni, people won't believe Amitabh Bachchan, people won't believe Sachin. But people will believe your friends, your family members, your relatives if they say that, no, I have used this product, it's success. And even if the biggest celebrity is brand ambassador product, and your one of friend, very close friend is saying, don't purchase it, take our product. And I that, use that. You will believe your friend first, then the celebrity. So, when you think of this kind of minimum viable product, you have to validate it. How do you do the validation? First step is to prioritize your hypothesis. Suppose I am taking an example of a part. They may have hypothesized that, okay, my product will give a proper choice of products to my customer, convenience of their purchase, and affordable. On these hypotheses, you will prioritize the target because your ecosystem of it. Mind it, these companies got successful only when the smartphone came. When Play Stores like phenomena has occurred, when internet connectivity has increased, 10, 15 years back, you were not thinking about this because you have to go to your laptop and do all these things. So it can take the time. Now with a smartphone, even a children can do that. And within this 2.5 years of pandemic phase, we all have been well versed with this online mode. And then you define the success criteria. How is the successful? Somebody has clearly defined that we will be successful only when the excellent quality of pizza, I know, various varieties of pizzas are there. You also customize also pizza. Okay, I want this features in my pizza. Support should be like this. So, excellent quality of product within a specified period of time has to be delivered at the doorstep of the customer. This will be a success. So define it. And sketch and mock up for each hypothesis. Again, I'm saying each thing has to be well documented, well drafted, flow diagrams to be properly maintained. How you will do this? It seems to be simple, it's not so simple. You order to your nearest Domino pizza store and now see the process, the operational process. They will note it down, they will give to their kitchen will make it. Immediately they will contact that delivery boy or boy who can reach to your locality within a defined period of time. They are having a precondition. Okay, your order should be in this much of time. Okay. So you have to be very clear about all this. And whatever additional design, make a prototype. With this, a minimum viable business product is also second. What is this? This is the product version that allows a team to collect a maximum amount of validated learning. Because learning gives you a proper base for strategy making. See, it is said that in the current era, that person is not illiterate who don't know the writing or speaking. That person is illiterate who don't know how to learn, who don't know how to unlearn, and who don't know how to relearn. Learn, unlearn, relearn. So, innovation is a continuous process, whether it's a service innovation, or the product innovation, or the process innovation. So, collectively, you have to get a learning from your people, so your delivery point. There is an excellent case of Toyota, that I've heard this case study. They told their people who were working on the floor, whether on the shopping floor or the manufacturing floor, that okay, you give us idea how to improve the Toyota car. Will you believe 117 ideas have come? And Toyota became the world #1 company who implemented 90% of those ideas. So their critics, their competitors started criticizing that, okay, you are having more than 100 flaws in your car. They said, no. We are having 100 possibilities of improvement in our car. So, for a minimum viable business, you have to understand this. You have to take a continuous feedback from the people who are working in the field. And you have to do a key partnership. To whom you will do the partnership? Investors. So many trading venues are there. Who are the data providers? Market research companies are there, your own people are there. Platform providers who can show you the platform, who can give you the platform. And this has to be supported with three of the key activities and resources. Like what model you have to adopt. I've given you one model, PC model. What strategy you have to adopt. There has to be a backward integration strategy or forward integration strategy. What should be the research and development position? What should be the proprietary position, IPR? Nowadays it's very important. You should protect your brand with the patent filing, with the copyright, with the trademark, with the design patent, with the GI tagging. And you have to think of continuous improvisation of the value proposition as per the market need. As of one example of Facebook, I'm doing it. Continuously they are improvising. Continuously they are improving. Every 6 months, 7 months, you will update yourself as per the Facebook latest features. And never ignore your customers, because they are the core. You have to work for the customer relationship. Understand your segment. And improve the latest technology. We are living in the era of Industry 4.0. So you have to understand the use of the artificial intelligence, machine learning, cloud computing, everything. You may have seen on the Facebook or Instagram that if you click any, suppose an ad of hotel, all of a sudden all the hotels started coming. This is artificial intelligence. You have to understand the revenue structure from where the revenue will come. So, you should ask some questions. What is our business? What should we do to maximize the revenue? Go to any portal, they take the revenue, suppose take the case of Flipkart, they take the revenue as a commission also, they take a revenue on the advertising part also, they take a revenue on the price suggestion part also. How can we change the process by using the technology to ensure the The cost effective scalability. You have to scale up, but don't involve much of cost. Because you need economies of scale. Benefit of economies of scale. When you make anything in a big quantity, the unit cost decreases. You know very well. What impact will this have on your workforce and how will you manage? Because when you scale up, your workforce will also increase. Your financial burdens will also increase. So whether you will be able to provide them a good salary, good compensation package, good incentive, good working condition or not. Because, without your human resource, you cannot do anything. You cannot do anything. And how can we mitigate and manage the inevitability? That's why I'm telling you, you have to grow gradually. Because if there is certain risk, you can immediately understand this, you can improve. And you have to see that when a competition is too much for the reduction strategy, you are fighting in that. But when you create a niche market, altogether new product, altogether innovative product, it's called a blue ocean strategy. So try to go for the blue ocean strategy to your minimum viable product. So when you think lean, you build a product, you measure the effectiveness, and you learn it. Learn, unlearn, relearn. It's a continuum. So if you go for three steps, finding of the business idea, executing the business idea, and validation of the business. So when you are making any product, whether it's a technological product, create idea, test the idea in the market, scale the idea, use the idea. Because any innovation, its controlling is basically upon the demand and supply. So if you are having innovative minimum viable product, you have to understand the changing pattern in the demand and supply. Nokia was not able to understand, what went in. Samsung has faced a lot of problems. Xerox, Dalda, very example. They have not understood the product. See the irony. Kodak has got the first patent in the world of digital camera, but they are not adopted. They were thinking that their digital camera, if they will launch, it will affect their tradition. See, if you will not kill your product, someone other will kill your product. So they are not anything. So you have to understand the innovation strategy. And you have to understand the design innovation process. There are three basic parameters there for any minimum viable product. The technology, you have to understand the feasibility of the technology, you have to understand the viability of the business, and you have to understand the usability and desirability of the human being. And that's why the design thinking process becomes very important. Where the first stage we call empathize. When you are making any minimum viable product, empathize. Think from the point of view of the customer. In Hindi, there is an excellent word called samvedana. Try to understand the way another pain of others as your own pain. I hope in Marathi also the same word will be there. And the second is to define the issue. Third, ideate. Domino Pizza has understood the problem was their problem also, and the problem of the customer also. They empathize it, they define it, they ideate that okay. And then prototype. In the engineering and technology field, you all know very well this term prototype. You just make a product and test in the market. See whether the product is properly functioning or not, what is the feedback from the market. And then if it is okay, launch it, or if it is not okay, re-iterate it. And these are the ways through which you actually move. This is the journey. But don't forget, to make a proper business plan, I'm very happy that Department of Civil Engineering is organizing this program. You all know the importance of an architectural plan. First, you make the things on paper, show it on paper, and then you start the project. You cannot start in a casual way. Business also, you have to make the things on a paper, make a proper business plan, know the feasibility analysis, how to do the marketing, how to do the production, how to go the operation, how to go for the financial management, how to go for the human resource management, everything. So these are the key of the dimensions. Although it's a very big topic, looking to the paucity of time, I tried my level best to touch the important aspects. And during the question and answer session, I would be very happy to answer the questions of the students. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to address you all and listen to the session. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes, yes. Hello. Thank you, sir. I request all participants, if you are having any query, please ask. Sir, okay, sir, I will post the query by mail, sir. And now I request Professor Soham Ghosh, sir, to express vote of thanks, sir. Soham, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Now, okay. Now, I would like to thank our honorable speaker, Dr. Rajkumar Singh, Professor Dean R&D HoD, Department of Commerce, for delivering such a wonderful lecture and inspiring us with your knowledge and thought. And I hope to have more interactions with you and more such sessions that would be very beneficial for us as well as our students. I once again thank you on behalf of our entire GH Raisoni Institute of Engineering and Business Management Jalgaon family. Now I am heading it to our Dr. Saurabh Gupta, sir, Dean R&D, to wrap up the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Raj sir, for giving a very wonderful session, and it will certainly help our students to start a startup and certain business plan, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving time to our students, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for inviting me. And from this platform, I would like to say to all my students, if you are working for any of your startups, I am always ready to help you all in your incubation process. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay, so now the session is over. Now we can leave. Thank you.